Jungkook and Jimin's secret activity on July 5th shocked fans. July 5th, 2025 was one of the most shocking days for the ARMY. With no prior notice and no flashy hints on social media, the ever-raving duo, BTS's Jungkook and Jimin again left the public speechless. In an instant, the virtual world was filled with speculation, blurry photos from a distance, and frantic posts of fans who realized something was happening, something big, important, and perhaps the beginning of BTS's big surprise. It all started early in the morning when some fans living in the Hanamdong area claimed to see two very similar figures, Jimin and Jungkook, entering a private studio known as the recording site of several top musicians. The studio itself is not a foreign location to longtime fans, as it was once the secret place for Jimin's song, Promise, and Jungkook's early solo projects. But this time, the simultaneous presence of the two on the same day immediately sparked the theory that they were working on something together. Shortly after, one of the studio staff, who did not want to be named, gave a leak that the two BTS members booked a recording room for more than 8 hours. In fact, both asked for full uninterrupted access and did not allow outsiders into the main areas of the studio unless absolutely necessary staff. They came very quiet, but the atmosphere was serious and emotional, the source said. A few hours after the news of their presence in the studio spread, a fan shared a blurry photo from across the street showing a figure in a black, oversized jacket and bucket hat, walking next to someone wearing a gray hoodie with a white mask. Although their faces are not clearly visible, the posture and style of dress are very typical of Jungkook and Jimin. The photo immediately went viral on social media with the hashtag #JungkookInStudio again occupying a global trending topic. However, the really surprising thing is not only that they were seen in the studio, rather the fact that they seemed to have stayed together the night before. Some keen-eyed fans found similarities in the interior setting in Jimin's post and Jungkook's short video on Weverse, which was allegedly taken in the same room. The same sofa, the same color of the chandelier, even the exact shadow of the mini piano in the right corner of the video, all these details build speculation that the two did not just meet for a while, but are living together to complete a project intensely. In the afternoon, the next surprise came. An American music producer, previously known to have worked with BTS, uploaded an Instagram story from Seoul with a caption, "Can't believe what I'm hearing right now, masterpiece loading," without mentioning who was involved. But the setting of the place in the video is very identical to the studio where Jimin and Jungkook are reportedly located. From the details of the heavy bass sound and pieces of modern R&B melodies that sound in the story, fans are increasingly convinced that this is not an ordinary project. And when night fell, the public was made even more excited by a mysterious upload from the official Big Hit music account on X, formerly Twitter, who only posted an eye emoji, 2 microphones, and a fire, without context, without explanation, but enough to make the whole world's ARMY simultaneously speculate. Is this a signal that the Jungkook subunit will be released soon? But the peak of the July 5th furor came a few minutes before midnight, when a fan at Gimpo Airport posted a short video showing Jungkook and Jimin walking quickly towards a black car with a tight escort. In the video, Jungkook is seen holding a thick black folder and Jimin carrying a very familiar sling bag, the bag he usually carries when doing vocal demos or bring his own equipment. None of the fans thought they would switch locations that night. Some have even speculated that they might fly to Busan or even overseas to continue the creative process in another location. As of this morning, there has been no official confirmation from the agency. However, an insider said that Jungkook and Jimin's agenda was deliberately kept secret because it was related to a major music project that was still in the conceptual and early recording stages. One insider mentioned that they are developing a concept that is not just for music releases, but also a short documentary that will show their emotional process during the group's hiatus and military life. The 5th of July is a day that will not be easily forgotten, because without a single teaser, poster, or live broadcast, Jungkook and Jimin were able to relive the sensation of mystery and surprise that once made BTS so beloved. This secret project may not have been officially announced yet, but one thing is clear: they are preparing something that will shake the world, again from within silence. Reports of Jungkook and Jimin's secret activities on July 5th have not stopped sparking a furor. After their existence at Hanamdong's studio and the moment of mysterious departure at Gimpo Airport went viral, the morning of July 6th began with a follow-up surprise that shook social media. One fan who happened to be in the Dongvik area of Busan uploaded a photo of a man in a dark blue hoodie and another wearing a black leather jacket, two figures that loyal fans immediately recognized as Jimin and Jungkook. Their location this time is in the Haeundae Beach area, away from the crowds of Seoul, as if they had deliberately chosen a quieter and more private place to continue with their agenda, according to eyewitnesses. The two appeared to be walking down the beach in the early morning, before the sun actually rose. Jimin is seen carrying an analog camera, while Jungkook is busy holding something resembling a storyboard or small notes, a kind of sketch of a plan. Many suspect that, if before they were busy recording, now they are doing the visualization process for their project, whether it's a music video, a documentary, or maybe something completely new. Their existence in Busan is not without emotional reasons. Busan is Jimin's hometown and also has deep memories for Jungkook. Some fans suspect that this is a symbolic form of return home, reuniting the spirit of their beginnings, the place where their dreams began before becoming a world phenomenon. In fact, there is news that they also visited Busan High School of Arts secretly, where Jimin used to go to school, although this information has not yet been verified. Even more surprising, a small restaurant in the Swyonggu area uploaded an Instagram story with the caption, "Today's special guest was very polite and humble. Thank you for stopping by," accompanied by a photo of a plate used to eat two people, complete with a glass of tea and Busan specialties, such as milmian and iamak. It didn't take long for the army to find clues that the guests were Jimin and Jungkook. In fact, the owners of the restaurant confessed that they booked the place personally and asked not to be photographed. They just wanted to eat in peace, and they were so nice, the owner wrote to one of the fan sites. In the afternoon, fans were even more intrigued when a freelance videographer who often works with K-pop idols, the caption reads, "Today's shoot was magical. Raw emotions, real bonds." Many immediately suspected that Jimin and Jungkook were filming something there, especially with the background of the sunset, which is often a symbol of reflective and emotional moments in BTS's previous videos. Speculation has also sprung up. Some mentioned that this project is part of the release of a new documentary about their transition period from military life back to the world of entertainment. Others even believe that this is the beginning of the official Jungkook subunit that has been only a wishful thinking of the army. Especially considering that Jungkook and Jimin are now at a more mature stage in their careers and personal, this collaborative project could be an artistic form of their achievement and maturity. Late at night, another leak made the internet heat up again. A Los Angeles composer posted a story with a South Korean flag emoji and wrote, "Done with the rough draft." Next step, final touches with the Kings. No names are mentioned, but given the time and context, many are convinced that this is a song that Jimin and Jungkook worked on together. Bigot Music remains silent. No confirmation. There was no official announcement. But for the army, all these little pieces are like a puzzle that begins to form the big picture, that Jimin and Jungkook are preparing something very personal and monumental. A project that may not only be about the music, but also about their journey, relationship, and togetherness. Fans are starting to theorize. Will this be a surprise release on BTS's debut anniversary date back in June, which they put off for unexplained reasons? Or is this part of BTS' welcome reunion comeback after enlistment? One thing is certain, they don't just work, they convey something through this work. And the fans know, when Jungkook moves quietly like this, the results will definitely be unusual. Now, the biggest question isn't just what they're prepared for, it's when they're going to reveal it to the world. And until that day comes, one moment after another like this will continue to be the heartbeat of fans around the world.